Hello there my fellow Holotable heroes, and welcome to my first ever non-Star Wars related video. Now if you remember a while ago, I visited Crete, and at the end of some of the Galactic Challenges videos, I was adding like short video clips from some of the trips I took there, and many of you have really enjoyed those and have asked for more real-life videos from my trips. So here I am back with a brand new video series of my road trip from UK to Croatia, which is about 1400 miles long. So I hope you will enjoy it as much as I will enjoy making it. Now I'll be actually starting this road trip tomorrow morning, so this is just a quick intro I recorded today, just a little bit explain you what I'm planning to do with this video series. I've done this journey already 4 times before, so I have quite a good idea of what to expect, how long it takes and things like that, but this is the first time that I'm doing it in an electric car. That's why I thought it would be interesting to record this and to share with everyone, just that you can see how does it look like taking on such a long journey in a fully electric car. What's the range and efficiency like, how many times you have to stop and charge, how long do these charging sessions take compared to just filling up your petrol and diesel, and most importantly, how much does it cost in comparison. And I've done this before, as mentioned already, in a diesel car, so I have a very good idea of how much actually it costs me, how long it takes exactly, and things like that. So this time we'll do kind of a comparison thing, and if I bump into anything interesting along the way on my journey, I will be recording that as well. Okay, so that's all for today. I'll see you tomorrow morning before I start this long, fun and entertaining road trip. Good morning, it's 7:20 and I'm about to go on this journey. So the destination today is a hotel in Reichensberg in Germany. It's about 600-mile trip or so, so I'll get started right now. Our first stop, however, is the English Channel crossing. So there are various ways to cross the sea, obviously multiple ferry routes, but I chose the fastest and most convenient way to cross the sea, which is by using the shuttle train for Eurotunnel. So I'll be in touch when I get there, but right now let's hit the road. Alright, so we are approaching the Dartford crossing, so that's crossing the Thames. So we'll be going over the bridge. I think it's Queen Elizabeth II Bridge, that's the official name of the bridge. Have to a little bit slow down, it's 50 miles per hour speed limit. It's a pretty impressive feat of engineering, I think, this bridge. It's like over 400 meters long, over 130 meters high, the pillars. I think it was completed in 91 because initially there was one tunnel, then later on they made another tunnel, and then once it was connected to the motorway, the crossing, there was so much traffic that they also built a bridge. So when going towards south, you go across the bridge, and then on the return journey going north, there are 2 tunnels that take you underneath the Thames. This actually is one of the rare places in UK where you have to pay to go, because otherwise motorways you don't pay any tolls or anything. Whereas here I think it's £2.50 per crossing, and luckily no booths here, so no long queues to pay. It's all digital. You just register online and they just automatically charge your credit card, because they've got cameras to recognize the plates of your car. Or you can also do it later, within 24 hours of your journey if you didn't know that you have to pay. So it's very easy and convenient to do it. Another interesting fact is that this actually is the only bridge crossing the Thames from London. So the last bridge in London is Tower Bridge, which is actually center of London. So it's quite mind-boggling that between here and there, which is probably, I don't know, 30-40 miles, there are no bridges across the Thames. And also further down towards the sea, no more bridges. Obviously there are a couple of tunnels between Tower Bridge and this bridge, and as well a ferry crossing But yeah, anyway, we are kind of getting off the bridge now, and we'll be continuing on motorway where we can again drive a bit faster, 70 miles per hour. And next up, as mentioned before, it is the channel crossing. So I'll see you once we get there. All right, so we are already aboard the train. So because we're a little bit late for check-in, we just had to whiz straight through to boarding. So I wanted to a little bit have a look actually at the chargers that are available here, just to let you know what's going on from that point of view. But let's first give you a little bit of a travel update. So right now it's 9:40. So what, we left 2 hours 20 minutes ago. So including obviously the check-in process, the passport control. And then as well boarding, 2 hours 20, so not bad at all. You know, it was quite a smooth journey. It wasn't too much traffic. So we've done so far 103 miles, and we average 3.9 miles per kilowatt, which is quite good. We are down to 66% of battery, and the car is showing we still have 192 miles of range. Now, while I was driving past the terminal, I did saw the chargers there. They are currently actually under construction, the non-Tesla chargers, that is. They're being upgraded, I think, to 300 kilowatt chargers, whereas at the moment they can only do up to 50 kilowatts. So if you would want to stop and charge in the future, you'll be able to use these, or as well the actual Tesla chargers that are available. They're also able to be used by non-Tesla users, because some of the Tesla chargers now, they're piloting that they're also open up to obviously non-Tesla users. But I didn't have time to charge, but to be honest, at 66% probably is no point yet to go charge. Let me just give an update on our first charging stop. So we're looking to charge just outside of Brussels at the e40 chargers. So once we arrive to France with the train, it's going to be about 200-kilometer journey to the charger. Got interrupted by an announcement. So yeah, we are now underground already, so no more daylight. I think the journey will take about, I don't know, 30 minutes or so by train. And then obviously once we disembark, we'll be in France already. I think it's about half an hour by the time we reach Belgium. As you can see, I've been mixing up a little bit miles, kilometers. It's just because obviously back when you're in England, everything is in miles, but as we are now reaching Europe, I think everything will start switching over to kilometers, although I would imagine car will still be reporting miles. So, just avoid confusion, I will be saying in the video what it's showing me on the screen, but obviously on your screen in the video I will put conversions every time I mention miles or kilometers, just so that you can follow whichever system you're used to seeing. Alright, that's all for now. I guess I'll see you in Belgium. Okay, so we just entered Belgium, so goodbye France, about half an hour for France, and about another hour and a half to Brussels. A good thing about traveling through Europe by car is no border checks while you're in the Schengen area, which means the last border check was there while we were exiting England, and now all the way until border between Slovenia and Croatia, no border checks. You just drive as you normally would, so it's really cool. So smooth sailing all the way. Okay, so here I am plugged in and charging at the Ionity chargers mentioned before, just outside of Brussels. It looks like they are close to an exhibition center of some sorts called Living Tomorrow. So there are 4 chargers in total. They were all available, so it doesn't look like a very busy place at the moment, because it's not right on the motorway, it's a little bit off motorway, so going there and back you probably lose about 10 minutes of time coming to these chargers. But at least, those motorway charging stations sometimes can be very busy and noisy. Here at least it's kind of peaceful and quiet. There are some trees down there, so obviously getting a bit of shade nowadays, like 31 degrees and sunny, can definitely come handy. It definitely feels like a nice and quiet location to charge up. There's also a restaurant up the street as well, so if you want to grab a bite or something. But anyway, let me give you the trip update in terms of the statistics. So as predicted, the efficiency has dropped a little bit because obviously driving 120 kilometers per hour here throughout the Belgium. So it currently dropped to 3.7 miles per kilowatt. So over in UK I was averaging 3.9. So in total I did 233 miles, and I came here to this charging station. I think it was 18% of battery left. Alright, so just finished charging. So in total I was charging for 29 minutes and came from 18 up to 86%, which should give me over 200 miles of range, but I only need about 160. So let's continue the journey, and I'll see you at the charging stop in Germany. And welcome to Netherlands. So the trip in Netherlands starts off with roadworks. Not a great way to enter a country, but hey, it's alright. So yeah, as obviously I mentioned already, when entering Belgium, no border checks all the way until Croatia. Let's go ahead. Let's see the speed limit here. It's going to be 130. Yeah. So the rest of the way, all the countries, the rest of the way are same speed limit, 130 kilometers per hour. So definitely we'll see probably a little bit more deep now as well in the efficiency. I'll let you know once we obviously get to the charging stop in Germany. Now, same thing here as in Belgium. No tolls here on motorways, which is good. The same thing for Germany. But obviously, once we get to Austria, Slovenia, we'll have to get vignettes and stuff. More about it, obviously, in the next video. But from now, let's just go and continue this trip for free on motorways. And 15 minutes later, already in Germany. Yes, I know. I know that Autobahn is famous for having no speed limit, but believe me, from my experience, the sections without speed limits are very few and very short. It's just like, yeah, for 10 minutes you can go as fast as you can, but yeah, it very quickly ends, to be honest. So I don't think it's worth hammering it. But yeah, we'll just continue the onward journey towards our charging stop. Okay, so here I am. It's 10 to 5, just arrived and plugged in at my next charging stop in Brohltal West service station. So this one is just straight off motorway, so you don't really waste any time. You just come in, plug in, and there's 6 total Ionity chargers. So at the moment, 4 of them are in use. When I arrived, there were 5 in use. So obviously, being right on the service stations gets a little bit more busy than the first one in Brussels. It's also more expensive, looks like, here in Germany, Ionity. So in Brussels it was 28 cents per kilowatt, whereas here I'll be paying 35 cents per kilowatt. So far in total, I covered nearly 394 miles, and I averaged 3.6 miles per kilowatt. So as expected, the efficiency dipped slightly now, obviously driving faster in Germany, in Netherlands. Now in terms of the actual battery charge, arrived here with still 25% left, so we still had plenty of juice. So I'm charging now already for a few minutes, so we'll see how long it'll take. Alright, so just finished charging session. Again, charged for half an hour, up back to 87%, way more than I need, but it's really funny how quickly this 30 minutes rounds by. You just kind of go a little bit for a walk, go to the restroom, get something to eat, just some refreshments or something, and by the time you come back, car is already almost fully charged. It's really amazing how quickly time flies. But otherwise, let's go and finish the last leg of today's journey, and then we can get a good night's sleep and continue tomorrow. So I'll see you once I'm at the hotel. And here I am finally at the hotel. So the moment is 8:15. I'm already checked in hotel and started charging. But I did arrive actually 10 to 8. So in total, the journey took 11.5 hours with 2 half-an-hour charging stops. In terms of efficiency, in the end, just throughout the Germany, driving 130 kilometers per hour, it kind of settled in on 3.5 miles per kilowatt. And then total I covered 566 miles. Fun fact, I actually regenerated 21 kilowatts of battery throughout the journey. So actually the car with the braking and slowing down regenerated about 25% of battery throughout this journey. So I got some back, I guess, which is very nice when it comes to electric cars. So I arrived back here at 18% of battery, so again had plenty of range still left. Now the main reason why I chose this hotel is because they do have charging, so you can just plug in and charge overnight. Obviously it's a slow charger. At the moment it's charging at 10 kilowatts, so now it's up to 20%. It was 18 when I started charging, and it says it will be full at 100% at about tomorrow 3 o'clock in the morning. So definitely if you are traveling with electric cars, I would definitely suggest try to find a hotel that does offer charging, because it's really cool. You just wake up in the morning with a full battery. Now in total they do have 3 chargers here. Now one of them looks like it's reserved for Teslas, and then 2 of them for non-Tesla, but they are all Tesla home chargers, so I'm not sure exactly how that works. Now in this particular hotel you just pay 20 euros per charging session to fill it up, so it doesn't matter how many kilowatts you pull in. So I guess if you are coming in a place like this that they don't charge per kilowatt or per hour, just make sure to come, I guess, with as little battery as possible. And overall I'm quite positively surprised with today's journey, because when I was initially looking at before I made it, I'm like, seriously, I'm gonna have to charge twice for half an hour? But to be honest, these half an hour times just go by so quickly. You just visit the restrooms, you grab a snack or something, get a drink, stretch your legs, and suddenly, the car is almost ready to go. If I compare that, how I usually would have done that in a standard diesel or petrol car, I would just stop once for half an hour to take a break for lunch and stuff, not 2 breaks. So I guess it did take me about 45 minutes or so longer with a full electric car compared to diesel and petrol. Although it did take longer, that was slightly offset by being a bit cheaper than diesel and petrol cars. So previously in a diesel car, the amount of fuel I would roughly spend would be maybe around 80 euros. If I would use a petrol car that I also had for this mileage, it would cost me about 100 euros. Whereas this particular electric car that I use today, it cost 45 euros to cover the distance of 566 miles. So nearly half cheaper than diesel, and more than half cheaper than a petrol car. But I will get more into details in terms of financials and economics of this whole trip at the very end. Now this is only part 1, so there'll be 2 more parts coming. So if you enjoy this video, definitely be on the lookout for part 2 and 3, maybe even 4. I'll see how many parts, but definitely will be minimum 3 parts of this journey, just showing you each different leg. So that's all for now, but otherwise I'll see you tomorrow morning for part 2.